Excuse me. All right, let me move this over here. I guess I can put it underneath. All right, come on, microphone. Don't give me no problems. Don't give me no problems. All right. What's up, Sniper, huh? All right, let me get my YouTube together. All right, we good. Wait, let me make sure this internet is good. Sometimes the internet be fooling me over here. Yep. It was about to fool me. That ain't the best one. Come on now. Load up. Load up. Let's go. All right, there we go. All right, let's see who's on here. Jermaine, what's happening? Gorilla, what's good? Yeah, a little early than usual. What's up, Stacy? All right, let me see if I can get my let's see what's going on over here on this NADEX. Get this together. All right, so we good on the NADEX side. Jose, what's happening? All right, let me get this out there. So I got a little bit of time. I should be on here for like an hour. Then I got running around to do as usual. As usual. Wait, let me see. I don't see that. I don't see what she was asking me. Oh, okay, it is. But no, it ain't come up. I don't know what that is. I have no idea. All right, so she'll get it together. Gotta figure it out. What's happening, Mick? Let me see something. Where is... All right, so okay, Dominique will hit me back. Let me get this out there. Yep, we're good. All right, so I got one out there, and put it out there over there. And I also need to set my timer. All right, I want to make sure I don't miss that because that's so annoying trying to wait for that to come back around. All right, so we got the timer. About to set it. About to set it off. I don't really like this. I'm not tasting the caramel no more. So needless to say, Starbucks ran out of they don't have the caramel ribbon crunch no more. That's one of the things about them that really, really gets on my nerves. They always take away the best, most high demand products and then replace it with other shit that don't nobody want. Like, why? Just keep what everybody wants and just get more of it. They always stop selling everybody's favorites. It's so stupid. Like, I think I'm gonna write the CEO and tell him that. I'm like, yo, why do y'all every year you get rid of all of the best beverages and then replace it with bullshit that like nobody wants? Like, I ain't, I drank this because I had to. I ain't really want this. Salted caramel mocha. Nah, man. I don't. If I want chocolate, I get hot chocolate. I don't want chocolate in my coffee. I didn't even think about it. I just got it because it was on the menu. But anyway, I know that don't have anything to do with anything, but I'm just just ranting right now. That's all. I apologize. All right, so we should be good with that. Okay, cool. So Erkan is on. Oh, excuse me. And let me see what else did I need to do. I needed to do something else. Let me put this in here. And I did set the timer, so I should hear it go off. If I don't hear it go off, that's a problem. Okay, there it is. Music to my ears. All right, so I'll come over here, take a quick glance. Just from the overall look of things, it seems like the environment is pretty good right now. Not sure what the actual behavior looks like yet, but I'm seeing early signs of instability. Seeing early signs of unstable activity, but we'll see what goes on. Okay, let me see how this right here. So this should tell me some good information here. Let me just watch this for a moment. Nope, market ain't there yet. Nope, it ain't there yet. All right, next. Next. Ace, what's up? Yes, sir, we live. Stacy said it's been like this since the MRMH. Okay, so no follow through yet. All right, it is what it is. It is what it is. When the market ready, it'll do what it do. You already know. Okay, so Erkan, you should be looking at your screen. We all looking at the screen. Erkan, you're on demo, right? Y'all are funny. Y'all be trying to look at my screen from the glasses. Nope, you're gonna need a microscope. Uh-huh. Oh man. Too hard to do on your iPhone or iPad. You don't have a laptop? You should get yourself a laptop, man. Laptop is very effective. And you you want to start, once you do start practicing, and what I mean by that is actually pulling up the platform, you want to do that on the device that you're going to be doing it on. So whether that's your phone or a tablet or a computer, you want to get into the habit of being on the device that you're actually going to be on when you do trade in the future. Okay, you're driving at the moment. I got you. So while you're driving, that as a matter of fact, that's the perfect opportunity to train. What I mean is to listen to training or to listen to the live stream. Yep, exactly. Ernest said, get a laptop. It's a business expense. Yes, it is. I'm using the MacBook. Wait, is that her? No, that's not her. She looks just like her though. Alright, that's not her. He said I have Windows. That's what I'm doing now. Turned off Uber. He said Apple life or no life. It's funny because I got a MacBook, but I don't have an iPhone. So I definitely, I prefer Apple as far as for laptop, but I do not have an iPhone. I got a Samsung. So the dynamic is interesting. I know most people, it's like if you're Apple, then that's what you do. Like everything is Apple. You got the iPhone, iPad, iPod, MacBook. You got everything. Market is telling us everything about what it's doing right now. Bottom line is it's not stable. It is not stable at all. And it is what it is. Winston, what's up with that? I don't know, man. It just is what it is. It like I didn't plan it out that way, but that's just what it is. I know there's one thing about me personally is that I don't when I use something, once I figure out how to use it, I maximize the use of it. So in other words, everything that I'm doing, all of the things that I want to do once I've actually, have something that I'm using to get shit done, I don't like to change. I don't like to switch from that to something else because it means I got to start everything over from scratch as far as the process, if that makes sense. I don't like having to start over, from scratch to do everything. You know what I'm saying? Like I can't stand to do that. Like that really aggravates me. So that's why I don't. What I do is I stick to the script, and once I see that I'm able to utilize whatever it is, it might be something old and outdated, but I'm gonna be all right. I continue to use the same old outdated shit until I can't because it break or something like that. But other than that, I won't, how people always got to upgrade? I don't got to upgrade nothing. Like literally, I still be using mad old shit but I'll still get everything done and everything that I'm doing still looks good. You know what I'm saying? Like I still accomplish everything that I want to do with old shit. Like this phone that I have, this is considered to be an old ass camera phone. The video and the pictures on this is remarkable. Like when I take photos or I do video on this, comes out beautiful. Mind you, this is an old phone. Mark, why don't you upgrade? No. If it ain't broke, I'm not fixing it. So that's kind of just my thing. Ernest said, refuse to trade from a phone. He got a Google Pixel book for on-the-go trading. Can't carry the laptop. It's a big-ass laptop. I hear that. Winston said, iPad and iPhone suck for multitasking. Hey, I wouldn't even know because I never used them. Like my wife has an iPhone, so I'm familiar with how to navigate the basics of it, but I don't be going all into trying to do pictures and videos and all of that like with it. And it's supposed to be so much better than a lot of other stuff. To me, my videos come out better than hers do. like the quality of the video. Even she likes my video better than her iPhone, which is funny to me. Matthew, what's good? The only other thing I do have of Apple is stock. I got Apple stock for sure. Yep. This is interesting. I actually want to kind of read that right there. I need to read that. Wait, let me do this first. All right, so let me see. Shawnee said I still got my iPhone 6 and it still gets the job done. Exactly. Because what is iPhone up to now? Like 9, right? Like 9 or 10 or something, right? Shawnee said he don't trade from the phone though. 11? Jeez. See, that goes to show you I know absolutely nothing. I thought the last one was, like the most recent one was like 9. So they done had 2 more. They got a 10 and an 11, huh? And it seemed like when I was because I went to the Apple store this year for something for the laptop. And when I was looking at it, I was looking at the iPhone, the newest one that they have, the one that has the camera is like ridiculous, or it's supposed to be so remarkable. I thought that was a 9 something, like a 9S. And they kept talking about the camera. But then it was like it doesn't have as much space as another one, or something X. I don't know. Whatever the hell. Like I said, I be sticking to what just is working now. I don't be trying to like look for nothing new really, unless what I have is not working no more. Then I'm forced to do something new. But for the longest time, I had a Galaxy S4. Wait, what was it? S4? Yeah, I had an S4 up until last year. And the way that I got this camera, this phone, was my wife got the iPhone and she gave me this. That's how I got this shit. So so y'all see what I'm talking about. I don't upgrade. I don't be doing none of that stuff. Yep. Be doing none of that. Yeah, I agree. When she said you don't need to know. Doing just fine with them older phones. Yep. Stacy says she still be on the flip if she ain't text so much. Oh snap, that's funny. This 305. It's already doing too much a little bit, but we're gonna see. Get some information here now on this 23.29, and that's plenty of information. All right. Yep. So I see that there is still instability, but I'm seeing also that the instability could be transitioning. Need to see more. Don't know if it is yet. Could be transitioning, however. Need to see more. Because just based on what it's doing right now, it is still unstable. And what I do is I compare the presentation of the instability. Like this just now was terrible. Everything it just did just now in that 1 minute was horrible. Like that just was nasty. You could see the movement was just back, forth, multiple times in a minute. Mind you, the market is not fast right now. The market is in a slower environment. There is some speed, but it's not like a fast market. It's a slower market. But the level of instability right now is terrible. And, you know, it's good to know that. Like, it's good to know so that you can kind of have levels that you see where you're like, all right, this is terrible. You know, then you can see like, all right, that one wasn't that bad. Then you continue to watch and you're like, oh, it continues to not be as bad. Then you keep watching. All right, yeah, it's getting a little better. And every time that you watch and you keep seeing the progressive nature of the movement, you're seeing the transition as it's taking place in real time. And that's why I like to talk about transition, because when the market is in transition, you always have to just be mindful that it never just switches on and off. It always transitions from something to something. During the transitionary period, it's neither this nor this. So just think about that for a second. It's not 100% this and 100% this if it's in transition. And it's kind of like a what's a good thing to use? I guess a scale. It's like a scale because it's swaying to one side or the other. So it's like it's going from 100% over here, 90, 80, 70, 80, 60, 50. Then when it gets to 50, it's at that halfway point where it's like you're noticing the transition now because you saw the gradual go from 100 down to 50%. You were seeing that. You know it ain't 100. It's still there, but it's not 100% there. It's 80% there. It's 60% there. You know what I'm saying? Then when it gets to the halfway mark, you're like, all right, it's shifting. You've heard me say that many times. How many times you heard me say, yeah, the market is starting to shift? Now the shift takes place at the halfway mark. It's so crazy how I'm breaking it down like this because this just came to me just now to think of it in terms of it being on the scale. And it's powerful because when you look at the market, it's almost like you're literally looking at to what degree the market is doing what it is doing. The closer that you're getting from the 100% over here to the 100% on this side, on the other side of the scale. So I guess a better analogy would be to use, no. I still do it like this. So 100 to 50, and then from 50 to 0 is really from 50 to 100 on the other side. Does that make sense? So it's like 100 to 50, 50 back up to 100 in a different, or on the opposite of what this is. So what I'm saying is instability here, stability here. And the scale is showing you the transition and the shift. So it's like it's going from horrible to not as bad to still not as bad, not as bad, and then it reaches the halfway point and it's like, all right, I see it shifting. Then when it's at the halfway part, now it's making its way to this side. You're like, it's getting there. And it keeps going. You're like, oh, that looks better. Keeps going. You're like, oh, it's getting close. And then when it hits it, you're like, yeah, we there. Now we just need this. You see what I'm saying? So it's like all of that is taking place inside of you. The way that I just described it is a good way to think about it because it reminds you of what the market does naturally. This is the nature of the market. Like that's what the market does. It ain't on and off. It don't go from 100 on this side to 100 on this side. It go from 100, make its way down to the halfway part, then it switches up. And even when it switches up, it has to start out gradually making its way up to 100% on this side. And the better that you get at looking at the scale and thinking of it in terms of that, you become unstoppable because now you're in tune with the market. You're literally reading the market, interpreting the market. Like the market is talking in mad different languages and you learning how to speak all of them. Think of it like that. The market is speaking Mandarin, Russian, Italian, Spanish, English, Hindu. It's speaking all these different languages and you're learning every language. And not only do you understand the language, you understand the words. Like what's being said. That's the equivalent of this skill. That's the best analogy that I could use because that's what the market is like. It does mad shit. It speaks mad different languages. We're saying it speaks one language, but it speaks like 1,000 languages. You understand what I'm saying? That you're interpreting as if it was one language. So I think that's a good way to use that analogy. Definitely. Yeah, the translation. Yep. But Monty, what's good? Yeah, Joshua said slow and deceptive. Yep. See, and you know what side of the scale that's on. Slow and deceptive is still over here. It's on this side. It's still on the instability side. You know what I mean? What's up, Kyle? He said, I peaked that scale part since the beginning. That's why I was asking so many questions about pricing and one of the training a few weeks ago. Yep. And as you begin to understand more, that's where questions come from. That's why I always encourage you guys to ask questions. Always, because Ernest is crazy. He said, Mark, look at the iPhone. What's next? You're going to start using Ichimoku Cloud on these charts? Nah, I'm chilling, man. I'm chilling. Oh, snap. Yeah, but the best information comes from when you ask questions. See, because you know what the questions do for me? Every time you ask the question, it forces me to think about it. Now I got to think through the process. And every time I think through the process, I dig. And when I pull something out, it becomes something that is able to be communicated more effectively. You know what I'm saying? That's why when you're asked questions, the best information comes out. And it seems like the more crazy the question is, the deeper the information is that comes out. And because that's a skill that I have personally, is the ability to communicate information effectively. and also to simplify. So I take some shit that is kind of complicated and I'll break it down so that you can understand it, because I'm going to use a simple analogy to compare it to. Not just for y'all to understand, but for me to understand. So as I'm doing that and I'm trying to communicate it and get it out, in my mind, I'm also looking for the simplest way to understand it and to talk about it. And then when that comes out, that's when it simplifies. And it's like, oh shit, that was good. Like I understand it even more myself. And then that's how we all get that solid understanding and that clarity that we're looking for. Mind you, this is on the same shit that we do already though. It's elevation again. Just nonstop. Yes, questions reinforce the skill. Without a doubt. Kyle said parables. Right. Speaking in parables. Exactly. Exactly. Excellent way to look at things. Yep. Very good. Very good. Very good. You can see the progression now. You can see it now. Yep. Yep, 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 yep. Kyle said, where I'm from, that's called genius. Ace, wouldn't there be more stability when people are asleep because less people are on the market? Not necessarily. No. Don't associate stability with lack of activity in the market. Some of the most stable markets are when markets are active. Also remember that money don't sleep. So when you say that when people are asleep, the money ain't sleeping. Many times, and because we're dealing with the Forex market, you got to also remember that somebody always going to be up anyway, because when one market closes, another one opens in a different part of the world. Now, whatever's going on at that time is going to determine how the markets are moving, of course. And traditionally, you have more volatility and more activity associated with the US market, yes. But there are many times when in what is deemed to be the slowest market, which is the Asian session, you get a bunch of activity, bunch of movement. And it's like, oh, snap, why the market moving around so much? You know, this supposed to be the slow time. There's no such thing as a slow time or a fast time. The market dictates and chooses to do whatever it's doing at the time based on the flow of activity that's going on in the market at the time. The market decides, not us and not the session. So it's, it's like the U.S. session doesn't guarantee that there's going to be activity. Doesn't guarantee that there will be volatility. You can have volatility during Europe, during Asian session, during the UK. You know what I'm saying? It will come whenever. And this tends to throw people off because when they see it for the first time, they start bugging out because they're like, wait, I don't know what to do right now because the market's supposed to be doing this right now. And that's why the way that we look at the market and our actual skill and ability to see the market and interpret whatever it's doing at whatever time, that sets us aside from everybody else because we know what stability looks like and what instability in the market looks like. In spite of how fast it's moving, in spite of the time of day, in spite of the session, nothing matters. Oh, there was news today. So what? It's like nothing is going to throw off your skill. Ooh, that's hard. Think about what I just said. Nothing is going to throw off your skill. Not news, not big money, not the smart money, whatever you want to call them, the institutional traders. Nothing. The session, it doesn't make a difference. None of it throws off your skill. Your ability is concrete. You're able to always know what the market's doing, what it means, and whether you can do something with that information or not to actually trade, period. That's it. Now think about that. If you're able to do that, that means you know how not to lose. In spite of what everybody else might be doing, you know how not to lose, first and foremost. So the byproduct of that alone is going to be winning, because by the time you do commit to a trade, you know exactly why you're doing it. You know that the time is right in the market, period. And you're only going to know that because you're able and capable of interpreting the market on the dime all the time. It don't matter when it is. Oh, well, Mark, do you trade during news? We trade whenever the market presents the right environment and the right behavior, whenever that is. So you got to remember too, like news and all of that other stuff is priced in. Everything is priced into the market. There's never a time where stuff is not priced in. So it's kind of like being you lagging if you relying on information kind of after the fact. It's like waiting for news before you do something. What? The market already decided what it wanted to do and the levels it was going to approach and test and all of that before the news came out. So it's very interesting, man. Very interesting. But that was a good question, though. JT, what's happening? Yes, Kyle said the ability to make complex simple equals genius. Yes, it does. JT said the market can be unstable if timing and behavior is off, even though the market is slow. Bang. Bang. We call that tricks. See? You see how the market can trick you when you don't know everything about it. And it's not that we know, like we're invincible and bulletproof. It's not that it's that. It's that we don't need the vest because we ain't going to be outside when the shots is going off. I'm not even outside. Y'all want to walk around when the shots are going off. Not me. We're going to stay in the house. Period. You see the difference? You don't need a vest if you in the house. Stay your ass in the house. Don't even go outside. Shots is going off outside, stay in the house. Versus, oh man, we need our vest because we got to walk to the store. Nah, if it's shots going off, we're not going to the store. We're going to wait. That's a good comparison right there, because it shows you to what degree. It's like you're exposing yourself. So now you feel like, oh, I got to protect myself while I'm out here. Think about it. That's how people trade, ain't it? You try to protect yourself with a better risk reward on the trade. You're not protected. You still outside with the shots. You got a vest on. What if you get hit in the leg? You ain't got no vest on your leg. I know that's an extreme example to use, but you'll catch that if you just listen to what I just said. You'll catch it. Kyle said we have a gang of geniuses in training at Team Alliance. Yes, sir. He said, thanks. Glad I asked before I set an alarm to wake up at 3 a.m. Exactly. Yep. Vince said, when markets are going sideways, which is how you guys trade and trade when professional traders have finished trading, you guys are looking to pick off the inactivity, hence trading out of our sessions. Not necessarily, Vince. Not necessarily. There are plenty of times when we get trades during the US session. We get trades during the London session. We get trades during the UK session. So that's not accurate at all. The thing about it is that the market presents stability and instability during every session. The question is, do you know what the two look like? And most of the time, anyone that's trading outside of what we're doing, don't. Nobody even talks about what I'm talking about. Who out there is talking about instability in the market? What does that even mean? Who talks about environment? What does that mean? What's behavior? What y'all talking about? What's all the stuff you're talking about? You don't know because you're not really observing the actual market. You're using things to try to figure out a pattern in the market. That's what an indicator does, right? Think about what an indicator does. What is a moving average? What is the nature of a moving average? All it's doing is just taking a period of time and activity in the market over a period of time, and then it averages it out over the number of days that the moving average is for. So for example, if it's a 50-day moving average, it takes the pricing of the last 50 days and creates an average. That's where the moving average for the 50 will be on the chart. Then it tries to take the real-time information, compare it to the average, and try to predict where the market is going based on the average price. That's limited information. Think about that. That's very limited information. That's why moving averages are cool as a guide. They can help you with trend direction at times. But what happens when the market just decides to do all type of other shit? Out of nowhere, it just reverses completely. Have you ever seen the moving averages when the market just shoots down or shoots up? You ever see what the moving averages turn into? They go from this to this. They look retarded. They can't keep up. It can't account for the activity that doesn't make sense to it. And that's why none of that shit is relevant. The only thing relevant is what the market is doing right now, the information that you're able to gather from it, and whether or not you can use that information to profit with the instrument that you trade. That's it. What else means anything? Nothing. So anyway, but that's just my opinion. Mick said, does the fluctuation of order size play any role? Aside from letting you know that there are more people currently trading on the platform for those options, no. It doesn't influence anything aside from more availability of contracts at the time because there's more liquidity. That's pretty much the only thing. But remember that you know how we look at the market and how we can identify on the platform that we use, which is NADEX. We know what in sync looks like. In other words, we know when the price is synchronized with the pricing of the options. The underlying market syncs up with the pricing on the platform for the options. When you get that, that's when you get potential profits. That's why we so good at this. You know, which pisses a lot of people off, I know, but it's okay. It is okay. I'm like, don't be mad at us. You better be mad at the market. The market gonna be the reason that you lose. It ain't gonna be our fault. Vince said that's because you were trading when it's dead. The market ain't never dead. What you talking about? Vince is funny. He said you traded when the market is dead. The market ain't never dead, man. Come on, man. Currencies are never dead. They're always breathing. Joshua, market takes headshots when you play around. The bullets are flying. Exactly. Shawnee said people who trade Forex just don't understand. No, they don't. Ernest, the nature of the moving average is to take your money. Matthew, sounds like a lot of guesswork. Yep. Vince, you don't use moving averages by themselves. You have to use your knowledge of understanding of the market behavior. If you have knowledge of market behavior, you don't need the moving averages. I'm just saying. And Vince, don't get me wrong. I understand where you're coming from. I know what you mean. I know exactly what you're talking about. I also know that when I got rid of all indicators off the charts completely and just begin to look at the price by itself and to study the way that it moves, not just the direction that it moves in and how it trends, but the way it moves. When I started to look at that, everything opened up from that point going forward. And this is why it doesn't even matter what you trade. You could trade futures, Forex, binaries, stocks, Bitcoin. Any market that moves, when you learn to understand behavior, and then you can understand the way that the information from the market that you're in can be used to apply to the instrument that you trade, you got to connect those two. You don't trade Forex the same way that you trade crypto. Why? For one, the exchanges are different. Two, the markets move different. Bitcoin don't move like the pound. Ethereum don't move like the euro dollar. You understand what I'm saying? You got to study the market that you're in. And then on top of that, what instrument are you actually trading? If you're trading Forex, Forex is not the same as binaries. We trade binaries. All you got to do is be right about where the market is going to end now on this contract, on this strike price, this line right here, this line in the sand, market going to end above or below. Be right about where it ends and you collect the profit. That's it. You don't got to be right about which direction it's going in. We're not trying to predict the direction. With binaries, it's about timing. You can be right about the direction and be wrong about the time and lose. Oh man, I was right. I knew it was going to go up. It didn't stay up. Didn't stay up, did it? Went up, came down, you lost. What happened? Your timing was off. And that's as a result of you not studying. You don't know what you're doing. And I'm not saying you. What I'm saying is the person, the individual that thinks that they're going to use, for example, people come into binaries with the Forex mentality and lose. All markets are not the same. Forex is not the same as binaries. Binary is a specific instrument with the underlying market being Forex pairs. But you don't trade it the same way that you would trade Forex. It is what it is, man. It is what it is. And again, if you don't know that, the market will smash you quick. Market will tear you up, man. You know, so it is what it is. Rich says that does the BT movement of a candle mean anything if the indicative stays in place? Yeah, all movement means something, definitely. Definitely. It's an indication of whether the market, or I should say to what degree, the market either has stability or does not have stability. Vince said dead meaning when there is limited activity and movement. Again, even during limited activity and limited movement, you still have movement. There are plenty of times where the market is moving slow and it moves far. Plenty of times when the market is moving fast and is within a range. You ever seen the market consolidate and have speed in the consolidated range? It does it all the time. Like I said, the market does whatever it wants to do. So you can't just put the market in a box and say, oh, it does this. It's doing that now. And it also cannot do that. Switch up, do some other shit, mix this together with that. And now you're looking and you're confused because you don't know what the market is doing. Oh man, I thought it was, I thought it was fast, but it's actually not moving that fast. It's not moving fast, but it's moving with distance. How do you define that? How do you explain when it's not moving fast, but it's moving far? How do you explain that? What's velocity? What's the speed of the market? What does that even mean? You see what I'm saying? All of this comes from studying the market. I'm not making it up. I didn't just make shit up. I came from the school of looking at the market. Took me years to figure that out. Once I did, that's all I started doing, and that's it. Matthew said, what kind of skill level is it if you squeeze juice from the dead fruit? Vince, I don't use moving averages, but there's nothing wrong with using it if it helps people. Vince, you would have to be more clear on what a person is trading. I'm talking specifically when I talk about binary options on NADEX. I'm not talking about Forex. They're two different things. I wouldn't trade Forex the way that I trade binaries. You understand what I'm saying? I didn't say moving averages are stupid. I'm saying that I explained what a moving average is. And I compared it to real-time price action. Now, understanding that educates you. You can use that information to either make moving averages a tool that helps you based on the way that you trade, or it may not be relevant for the way that you trade. For the way that I trade with binaries, it's not relevant at all. Neither is any other indicator. There are no indicators on my chart. As a matter of fact, I don't even need the chart. Can't trade Forex like that. Can you trade Forex without a chart? You see, so I'm saying this so you understand where I'm coming from as far as you can't just group everything together. Forex and binaries are two different things. They're two separate things. Two completely separate things. These are some good comments too, but
who are you talking to?
Talking to myself.
Oh. Say goodbye.
No, I'm staying on. I'm driving chat.
Whatever.
You want to say hi? Say hi. Looking all gorgeous and scrumptious.
Don't say that.
What?
You don't say that on TV.
Sure I do. Of course I do. That's the time to say it. In front of everybody. Mrs. Fuller's here.
Mrs. Fuller needs to go to an appointment, so Mr. Fuller's going to have to depart.
Nico said the boss is in the house. Please don't gas her up, please.
Depart.
Oh snap!
He has to depart.
But I like these comments though. Rich said, "How you see the glass, half full or half empty?" That's what I'm talking about.
Pat. You have to depart. Oh, goodness.
Trade when the market allows. Yep. It sound like Vince's trading Forex. If I had to guess. Stacy said, "Let her drive." That's your girl right there. She said you should drive.
Most days I do.
That is a lie.
That is not a lie.
You do not drive on most days.
Most days I do drive when we're together. Especially if you're going somewhere with me. It's an automatic.
Well, yeah, because that's going to be, that's a mall trip right there.
No, I don't always go to the mall.
I didn't say always, just 98% of the time, right?
No. And if I go to the mall, it's to buy your kids.
Please, don't blame it on the kids.
I buy your kids what they need. Your kids.
See, y'all thought she was gonna gangster me off the live, right? Nope.
I don't care if you stay on that live all the way through where I'm going, as long as you get me where I'm going safely.
Let's just see what I gotta deal with every day.
You have to deal with a bed of roses.
Where is it? This way?
Up Williams.
Oh, let me go this way then.
Mm-hmm.
You said a bed of roses. What?
That's right. You deal with sunshine on a cloudy day. That's what you deal with.
Don't make me start singing.
Oh, please, stop.
I've got sunshine.
Stop. See, you can't even talk to you.
Come on, don't be in here quoting songs and not expecting me to do it. You know I'm musical.
Oh my goodness. Okay, Prince.
I'm musical.
All right, Prince.
JT said the only way I know that you can trade Forex without a chart is if there's a clear understanding of pip daily range and high of the day or low of the day. Right. You need a bunch of information to be able to apply to what you're doing. So that right there is the proof within itself. Just the fact that I said that, we actually can be on the platform, not have a chart at all and trade the binaries. You can't do that with Forex. You cannot do that with Forex. So that goes to show you that it must be a whole totally different dynamic. What have you left something?
No, not. I just left my eyeglasses.
Oh. Matthew said, "All that sounds like Charlie Brown's teacher to me." Womp 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 womp. I kind of want to see Charlie Brown now, just for that.
His teacher's not in every episode.
No, he's not. What episode is that with the Christmas tree? The little stick one. That's the Thanksgiving one?
No, it's the Christmas episode.
Oh, that's right. No, my bad.
The Thanksgiving
right.
yeah, they have the popcorn and toast. Which is what you're going to get for Thanksgiving if you keep
You hear her threatening me? I ain't getting no popcorn and toast. I better get some macaroni and cheese.
That's all you care about is macaroni and cheese.
I want real macaroni and cheese.
That's all you care about.
That's not all I care about. I also want some stuffing. Well, some people call it dressing. Here, say hello.
No.
Let everybody see how pretty you look today.
Only today, right?
You always look pretty. Look at her. Look how beautiful she looks. Look at that.
Stop.
That's beauty. Beauty and the Beast. And I'm the Beast.
No, you're not always the Beast. Only sometimes.
What am I all other times?
Did they know what your old nickname used to be when you used to be mad or act up? What did I used to call you all the time?
Oh, a crab. Get out of
Crab
here.
cake.
Crab cake.
See, we would have won that question on the Newlywed Game.
Oh, we should do that.
What, the Newlywed?
Yeah, like a Newlywed Game thing. Like,
oh yeah, well, we're thinking about that game night, that maybe we can incorporate that. But then that includes couples, and then when you invite only couples and then somebody
came by themselves.
Or not even that, somebody that they'll feel, like they can't participate because they don't have couples.
Mess around. Like, that type of game would get people in trouble too, though.
Listen.
Like the fellas don't care, but the ladies be like, wait, what? Like, you get flipped on immediately. Like, you don't know what my favorite food is? Like, no. Your favorite food is whatever I'm eating. Because you eating off my plate.
You wouldn't be able to tell how many favorite foods I have because I eat a lot of different stuff that I really, really enjoy.
Your favorite food is whatever's on the plate at the time.
Well, no,
that's your favorite.
Sometimes it don't taste good to me. Sometimes it depends. But there's some things that are all reliable. Anyway, you're supposed to be talking about trading. You're not supposed to be talking about my favorite food.
We talking about trading still. Let me see.
You're not.
Somebody said cornbread. See, Stacy.
I only like cornbread when they have actual corn inside of it now.
Oh, I mentioned cornbread yesterday. I had the ill craving for some cornbread yesterday.
Oh.
Matter of fact, we got to get some today so you can make some. Matthew said, I know nothing about Forex except that it's not NADEX. Oh, snap.
NADEX.
Cornelia said, this is relationship therapy for me.
Oh, snap.
See?
Cornelius. I haven't heard that name in so long. That's a nice name.
That is a nice name. It puts you in the mind of Don Cornelius, right?
No,
but see,
I wasn't thinking about Don Cornelius, but now that you said it, I should have been thinking about Don Cornelius.
Yeah, that's the first name that came to my head.
No, because no offense, Cornelius, but there was a Cornelius in the Planet of the Apes.
Oh,
so.
That's a mic drop.
But I'm just saying that I always thought that was a nice name.
Yo, see?
Just like a unique name like Caldonia. Now, I know a little girl. She's not little anymore, but they named her Caldonia. And that's
recent?
A song. Yes.
I was just about to ask that. I'm like, yo, did anybody in 2019?
She's younger than 21. She has to be.
I want to know who's naming their kid Caldonia like this year. Like in 2019.
Do they know that if you're a music person, you'll know the significance of Caldonia?
Caldonia! Caldonia!
Yeah. So anyway, I'm sorry. I don't want to take y'all out of y'all.
Take y'all out? You already took us out.
Sorry.
We just went somewhere totally different. You took us to Planet of the Apes.
He was like the main guy, right?
Yeah, he was though.
And then
but what's his name? Cornelius? No, his name was
No, there was one of them. The main one was Cornelius, and then there was another one.
No, the main one is
Caesar.
Caesar.
Caesar is the new like millennial Planet of the Apes.
He said, "Yeah, Planet of the Apes." Yes, definitely. Mic drop.
Go.
Oh snap!
No, but outside of that, it's a very smart sounding name. That's all I'm saying.
I might as well give her a dustpan. She's like, let me clean this up real quick.
I'm sorry, Cornelius.
Oh snap!
But I'm curious.
Crazy
do they call
stuff.
him Cornelius, or like does he have a nickname?
That's his name.
I'm saying some people have like come
on, bro.
Come on. You think
because you got the Benz,
you're not gonna keep it that way,
right?
Anyway,
get your whole front smashed. You better get out of here.
Anyway, so yeah, so I'm curious. Do you have a nickname or a alternative name that they call you? Cause
She's asking, what's your nickname? I think his nickname is Ace. If I had to guess, I'm just saying that because
Ace.
yeah, he uses that on
Oh, on his thingy.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, I bought you a water. Did you want some water?
Sure. Sure do.
You know there's a camera here.
I know that. That's why you see what I'm doing. I'm doing 25. That's the limit over here.
You know.
They're like, we don't need cops no more for that.
Right. They took every cop off the street after 25 mile per hour.
Word. You don't even see cops on this strip no more.
Because they put cameras and I mean, I'm kind of torn about that. It is safer, but and it will slow us down.
Yeah, he said Ace. He said Ace. Oh, cool. It is Ace. I like Ace too. That's hard. I saw what you just said, J. Carly. And JT. Hold up. What the heck did I just do?
J. Carly. I don't think you're supposed to be doing that.
What?
Even though it's hands-free.
I like that. But Monty says, as long as you checking the bag, who cares about this versus that? Yep. Yeah, it don't matter what you trading. There are successful Forex traders. Like, don't get it twisted. It's just that most people are not successful trading, period. In anything. Most people be losing all the time. I think that's kind of more so the point.
Oh, that's why I can't feel it.
What, the AC? Yeah, your vent is closed.
Jeez Louise. It sure did heat up out here. Again.
Yeah, it was like 86 when I came out here. I'm like, why is it mad hot today?
Because summer's not over. Summer is not over until September 21st.
No, but it bugs out because in the morning it don't be like that. In the morning it be like 68.
Your accent is so hard every time I listen to you.
How you going to say I got an accent?
You do.
Your accent is way more severe than mine.
No.
Yes, it is.
Come on.
Who has a worse New York?
Really? You gonna really say that?
Or what am I supposed to say? A better?
A worse. There's no worse, sir.
I just made that up.
No.
I make up words.
Unfortunately, you didn't make that up, and that's what makes it worse.
I make up words.
Because people really think that worse, sir, is a word.
Worse is. I just made worse a word.
Perpetuating.
What?
The ignorance.
I knew you was gonna say that. You be hating. Get out of here.
I'm hating because you said worse, sir.
Yeah, because you know that I got a whole encyclopedia of words I made up.
I'm hating on my husband because of his horrible vocabulary. Oh,
yeah, she talks so much smack. Oh my God.
Woe is me.
Oh my goodness. They said, what happened to the vlog? Here it is.
Whoa,
she just turned the market commentary into the vlog.
No, because you put this on me. I told you.
I didn't put it on you.
To end your commentary, to end your Facebook Live, and you chose not.
But you're not the boss of me. You came in here trying to bully me, trying to bully me off the
vocabulary king.
Oh snap!
It was like worse.
That's right.
This right here. I think it's over here. Probably.
You mad because my words be hitting. When I make up new words, it be hitting.
Be hitting. You know.
See what I'm saying?
People from right here. People from other places are like, those people speak horrible.
Horrible what? English?
Horrible English.
But everybody speaks broken English. Nobody speaks proper English. What's proper English? And what's the dialect of proper English?
Ain't got.
Language is language. As long as somebody understand me, it's all good. That's language. Mm-hmm. That's what language is.
I can I understand you.
I can dig it. Did you just hear her?
That's not
You
the proper
not
vocabulary though. That's slang.
ain't got it slang.
Thank God it's stupid. No,
Ain't
I
got
mean
none. Talking about she ain't need none.
ain't got. It sounds like somebody's aunt.
Yeah.
You seen ain't got.
Ain't got.
I ain't seen ain't got today.
That was terrible, but it was pretty good.
Let's say thank you for that water.
Thanks.
Anyway, I gotta go. Deuces.
All right, Elvis.
And who you talking to?
You.
Who's Elvis?
You about to leave the building, right?
There's gonna be
See, I'm nice. I'm nice with it.
Cure for that corniness one.
Oh goodness. Now you see why I'm so crazy. This is what I gotta live with. All right, let me see if I got internet over here. Because I didn't want to close it out because I wanted to see the comments from before. That was the main reason why I didn't want to close it.
You can't stay here.
Can't park here?
No.
What you mean?
To pick up our children.
Oh, what time is it? Oh, I'm forgetting about the daggone kids.
Yeah, go get them and come back for me.
All right. They'll be ready by the time I get over there, though. All right. Damn. Who forgets about their kids? Nah, I ain't forget about them. I just lost complete track of time. All right. All right, so it's cool. Stacey said you do. She said she got to live with you. Terrible. I see Stacey on Team Mrs. Fuller. But Molly said, "Yo, New York is hell." I know, man. It could get worse if the Ram Man show up. Y'all are crazy. Pause, cup of ice. Would you get out of here? She don't want to leave me. What you left?
I need a sweater.
It's cold in there?
Yeah.
All right. That's funny. Pause. I like that. Riding with the Fullers. Don't give me no ideas. Oh my goodness. All right, let me get up out of here. All right, y'all. Let me bounce. I'll holler at y'all. I'll see y'all on training. Everybody else, mañana. Y'all be easy. Deuces.